Welcome back. You're listening to the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM. It's time to get the Rams report. We're going into Ouyen and we're going to catch up with the president of the Ouyen Rams Cricket Club. Dom Leach joins me from the top of the hill there, wherever he is in Ouyen. Great to be with you again, Dom. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Alice. Good to be with you.
Well, I've got to say the Flow man loves to tell a story here in the building about the last couple of weeks. He's been on a trip somewhere. I couldn't tell you exactly where, but top of an infamous mountain somewhere that no one's traversed for a very long time. He managed to run into a bit of a brown snake there. Dom, what's it like on top of that hill there? Is it relatively snake-free? And I don't mean Tabby Tigers players.
Yeah, no, it's snake free here where I am. It's that time of the year, it's snake season, but yet to come across one actually since the weather's warmed up. So perhaps that means there's more to see later on in the year. But yeah, so far so good at my end.
Yeah, rightio. All right, well, I just wanted to make sure that you're doing this phone call safely every week. Dom Leach, plenty to talk about with you, though, after the Ouyen Rams A-grade side chalked up another win, and it was a win that you had to work pretty hard for over at Nursery Ridge, but we got there in the end. So tell us more about the weekend's game.
Yeah, the A-graders had a really good win on the weekend. They were able to host Nursery Ridge at Blackburn Park on the home deck and get the job done. They were able to bowl Nursery Ridge out for 134. Trev Parsons and Daniel Kay both taking 3 wickets for the main destroyers. And in reply, the boys, got the run rate up and going early and got the runs down, just 3 wickets down. So Trev Parsons, a hard-hitting 72 off just 58 balls, probably taking out the 3 votes, I'd say, with that bat and ball performance, and he was well assisted by young Teddy Munro getting a bit of form with a quick fire 27. So, yeah, great win for our A-graders and gets us back up towards the top of the ladder.
Unfortunately, the B-grade side not as fortunate, but we'll get onto them in a moment. Why don't you just tell us about some of the other A-grade results over the weekend, Dom?
Yeah, so the other A-grade game we had was the much-anticipated Tempe v Millwood game down at the Tempe Rec Reserve. So they have a really good rivalry, these two teams, and games usually go down to the wire, and this one was no exception, actually. Tempe all out for just 110, which you'd think is below par down on that quick outfield. Ronnie McKay continuing on his good season form with 37. He was the mainstay and continues to churn out some early season runs. And in reply, Miller got the runs with just 8 balls to spare. Despite only losing 3 wickets, they were able to get the job done just in time. Chris Clark and Jeremy Ayworth both chipping in with 40s and proving to get a win on the road for Miller, which is no easy task down at Tempe.
Yeah, it certainly sounds that way. Well, we'll switch our focus over to the B-grade side of things. Unfortunately, they went down, and it hasn't been a season of success so far for the B-graders, Dom. Lift the lid on why they were unable to get the win again on the weekend.
I mean, we don't want to blame personnel, but I think we had a few people out, a few key players out Saturday, and we probably just need a little bit more experience in amongst our youth, I'd say. We were able to scratch together just 84 off our allotted overs, but the positive was that we were actually only 3 wickets down. So perhaps a few of the B graders might have to follow Trev Parsons' lead and push that run rate up a bit high. But we had really good, solid contributions from Geordie Blytho, who continues to chip in. He got another 29, and Bailey Harker's in a bit of good early form too, getting 28 himself. So Nursery Ridge did make pretty light work of it. They got the total down by 18 overs. So Mitch Shaw got a run of ball 59. So probably just pushing that run rate up a bit high is what's required. And if we could get another 20 or 30 runs, that'd give our bowlers something to defend.
Well, a bit of a double-edged sword for the club in that the B grade are probably happy that they've got a week off, but for you guys, you'd probably rather be in action again this week. But we'll get to that matter in a short while. I just firstly want to get the other B grade results from you, Dom.
So other B grade results were a real mixed bag. We had Tempe taking on Southwest, and this was a very low scoring affair. Perhaps the curator might be getting a few phone calls during the week because Tempe were all out for just the paltry 34. Aaron Nagy, the Chief Destroyer, 6-17, which is a impressive set of figures. So you think 34 wouldn't take a lot of chasing, but they did make hard work of it. Southwest lost 5 wickets in the chase. So I think it was 15 wickets down for the day, and 11 of those were ducks. So perhaps, as I mentioned, the curator might be getting a few angry text messages, or perhaps it was just some excellent bowling. Hard to know, but that was a low-scoring affair in which Southwest got the job done. In the other game, we had Kerwa take on Fire Brigade in, more of a run fest. So Kerwa got 3 for 167 with Kim Lawrence, a well-made 81. But Fire Brigade's Jason Beard, 97 not out, was able to chase it down off just 26 overs. Fire Brigade 2 for 168 in reply. So we had a swashbuckling 97 not out off 85, just ran out of runs to get for the 3 figures, unfortunately for Jace, but a great win nonetheless.
No shortage of compelling cricket in the B grade. We'll go to some action that's happening this weekend, Dom. We've got the Redcliffs side. The association team is going up against Broken Hill, and the one representative from the Ouyen Rams who's going to be taking part in this is the, one of the great servants of the club in Nick Vine. So tell us more about what we can expect from this weekend.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Nick's a great servant of the club, B-grade captain, and does a lot around the club, both on and off the field. So, yeah, he'll travel up the highway to Broken Hill, as will the rest of the rep team. Hopefully put in a really good showing. I know last year Broken Hill were a bit disappointed in how they performed in the game, so they'll be raring to go on their home deck, and might be a tough ask for our boys as they head north and take on the Broken Hill Miners on their home turf. But look, we wish Nick all the best. I'm sure he'll represent the Rams, with great style.
Win or loss, or maybe even draw, there's no doubt that he'll represent the Rams in the best way anyone can. Before I let you go, Dom, just give us your impression of the lay of the land right now as far as the A-grade stands, which you've been a part of over so many years. What's your impression of the season so far at this early stage?
I think early impressions are that the season is, or the competition is quite even, which is really healthy and good for cricket. We dropped a game early and we've been able to return to the winners list the last few weeks, but we've had Nursery Ridge promoted from the B grade and get a couple of wins their first 2 games. Tempe getting rolled at home, which doesn't happen too often. And Romvale are thereabouts again with some blokes making some valuable runs there throughout the early weeks of the season. So I think from a association and a spectator's perspective, the season looks quite wide open, or the competition looks quite open at the moment, and yeah, that's great for cricket. So and anyone on any given day, I suppose, could get the point. So really healthy position to be in.
Dom Leach is the president of the Ouyen Rams Cricket Club. Love getting your views and your insights, Dom, and enjoy the weekend off. We'll speak to you next week.
Great to be with you. Thanks, Alice.